Are you on the stairway to 7 with the black and gold? Reach for a tasty cake when JJ shouts, "He scores!" Paint a huge PSU on your chest for game day? Does your heart race when the lights go out in F1? The SteelFlyers podcast is coming to enlighten you on Steelers football, Flyers hockey, F1 racing, and everything in between. Welcome your host, SteelFlyers, the strangest combination of sports fandom since pineapple was put on pizza. Welcome to the SteelFlyers post-game show. Hey, how about that? Pittsburgh Steelers, New York Giants. Monday Night Football at MetLife Stadium. Great win for the Pittsburgh Steelers on Monday night. Congratulations. That's another great win for Mike Tomlin and the guys. Have to say, Ben Roethlisberger looked pretty good. 21 for 32 there. 229 yards and 3 touchdowns. He also ran for 2 first downs as well, too. So, great job by Ben Roethlisberger. Also, Benny Snell had a great game. 14 carries for 114 yards. So, that's a record for him. And really good win there by the Steelers. Defense looked really good. They pressured Daniel Jones pretty much all night. He did have some time. He did relatively well as far as that's concerned. They were able to get some good passes out there. They were able to get some good things. They did have a 41-yard touchdown pass there at the beginning of the game in the first half there. So that was a burner there. That one stung a little bit. That was against Hayden on that one. So, I mean, what are you going to do? It's the first game of the year, so you're going to get some of those oddball plays. But all in all, I'd have to say that the defense played relatively well. We were able to get some pressure and get some sacks. And here's the best part, ladies and gentlemen. We shut down Mr. Barkley. If you checked out the pre-game preview or whatever you want to call it show, I did it a day or two ago. I talked about that Saquon Barkley would be the key to this game for the Giants, and it just was the wrong key for them. It was more of the correct key for the Pittsburgh Steelers because we keyed off of him. Now, he was able to be successful coming out of the backfield and then also lining up on the line there to catch passes out of the backfield and also catch passes as a receiver. And then he had a couple plays where he ran out into the flat and was able to catch a pass and have a good play that way. So all in all, the Giants did okay. I mean, here's the thing. They have a rookie starting on their tackle position there in the right tackle position. And they have a bunch of new guys coming in too. So, and some other guys in there that have very limited game experience. So having the Giants coming in there, this is Daniel Jones' second year, but it's his first year as the full-time starter. He came in third game, I think, last year after Eli started the first 3 games or something like that. So end of the era now. Eli is no longer with us. He's retired. So his countdown now starts to see if whether or not he gets the call to the Golden Jacket place. So we'll see how that goes. We're definitely counting on his brother Peyton getting in, though, that's for sure. So Pittsburgh defense looked really well. Pittsburgh offense looked really well. Some things that are of concern. James Conner started the game, had six carries for about 9 yards, and then we saw pictures of him on the sidelines with his helmet off. So don't know what's going on with that. So that be on the lookout for something that's going on there, whether he's got an injury or something's going on, because that shouldn't be the case. James Conner had a really good camp. He was not injured. He came in completely healthy. So that is of a concern. There was also a little bit of concern there for Ben. Kind of tweaked his knee there a little bit, getting a bit of a shot there And then when he took off to run on that one play, he kind of grabbed his knee there a little bit. So we'll have to see how that turns out. He was shown with some kind of a, I don't know, a cover or I don't know, something. He put on his arm, on his throwing arm. So I don't know if he was keeping it warm because MetLife is a outdoor exposed stadium and it's September, so maybe he was keeping it warm. I don't know, or whatever. Maybe that's part of the therapy, or who knows. But he came in, he didn't miss any snaps, so he was able to come in and complete the game, and no problems, no issues. So great win by the Pittsburgh Steelers to come out on Monday night and being able to have a good win. It was great to see Cam Hayward out there get an interception. So he played really, really well. I think he has gotten better as time has gone on. And him signing that contract extension for 4 years was something really good. So I think that look to see Cam Hayward to be motivated this year. So interesting to see how this is going to play out. I like the direction that the defense is going. Obviously, a lot of good calls or plays by Hayden, by Sutton. A lot of good calls by Minka. You didn't really get to hear these guys much, but also the interception by T.J. Watt as well. I mean, he just reached up and grabbed the ball and was like, "Okay, I'll take it." So that's two interceptions there for Daniel Jones for the night. So that's what happens when you get a quarterback to come in and play against Pittsburgh on Monday night. They usually don't fare very well, and tonight was no exception. I mean, Jones did get some passes off and was able to complete some balls and get some first downs and stuff like that. But all in all, it wasn't really the performance that he needed in order to win. And so Pittsburgh gets the win, and we'll take that all day long. Pittsburgh getting the W, especially trying to keep pace with teams like Baltimore and teams like Kansas City, and especially with the no preseason this year, making it much more difficult to judge players and things of that nature, and then shaking off that rust. So, you know, this game wasn't as bad as I thought it was going to be. There was some interesting calls. There was some pass interference calls that there was an offensive pass interference call against the Giants that I thought was suspect, and then there was a pass interference call on Pittsburgh that I thought was suspect. So at least there was a crappy call on both sides. So the refs are being consistently bad. Is that a way you can say that? I don't know. It's just my opinion. It doesn't mean anything but a hill of beans. It would just be nice if the referees would call the games to where, tonight was a good game. There was no real controversial calls that happened or anything like that. I mean, the interference calls were ticky tacky, and so they did one for each side. So okay, that's fair. If you're gonna ticky tacky call on one side, then you got a ticky tacky call on the other. So I'll be happy with that all day long. If you're gonna do it fair and square, I'm okay with that. If you're gonna call on both sides, so I'd much rather have that than it being a one-sided thing. So all in all, though, I'd say Pittsburgh had a really good game tonight. The Giants, you have some hope. Daniel Jones looked good. Saquon Barkley obviously looked hemmed in and running for his life. Because let's face it, the defense at Pittsburgh was definitely up to the task tonight. So might not be the same against some of the other teams in the division for the Giants. So it's going to be interesting to see how that plays out with some of the other teams in the division, especially with the Eagles losing and Dallas losing as well too. So we'll see how that division is going to turn out. So far, all the teams in the division have lost, so we shall see. But good win for Pittsburgh. Way to keep pace with the Baltimore Ravens, who played really well and looked really good. So Ben came in, looked well. Benny Snell had a great game. Juju had a great game. Welcome back to the NFL. It was nice seeing Juju and Roethlisberger. Deontay Johnson also had another really good game too. So good, promising receivers for us. And even if Connor is hurt or something is wrong with him, we've got the next man up. Benny Snell played some snaps, and Samuels played some snaps. Also got to see Chase Claypool out there too, so he had some plays as well too. So all in all, though, we'll take that. That's a W for the Pittsburgh Steelers. That puts us 1-0 on the season. So we'll see you next week. Thanks for joining us on the SteelFlyers video show. This is the post-game Monday Night Football show here. Steelers 26 and New York Giants 16 on Monday Night Football. Thank you for watching. Stay safe, stay strong, and hang tough.